On this episode of Red Dirt Diary, we're in the high country, but not the one you think.
So, Billy, in our territory now, mate, bit of Queensland versus New South Wales, what do you reckon?
Yeah, deep in the bowels of Mexico, but we'll just show you what Queensland drive's like.
Well, we're just coming up on the first track here now, mate, so let's see if your bite is as big as your bark.
We are at the top of Blackfellow's Hands Trail in the Blue Mountains High Country, and it's pretty cool to think that we've just driven about 45 minutes from all of our front doors, and we're on a track that leads to ancient Aboriginal rock art. That's just a little bit cool, if you ask me. The boys are just doing a bit of an air down before we jump into low range and give these tracks a crack.
Yeah, I just want to drink tequila with my friend. She says she cheated cause she's trying to get ahead. The more I read it, yeah, the more I take offense. I'm so defeated, I can't get outside my head. I post a picture of myself cause I'm lonely.
When you got really murky bog holes like this, even when you do prod things with a stick, sometimes there's hidden objects that might be in there.
That did nothing to inspire confidence.
That was a little bit deeper than the stick showed. It turns out a stick is not a accurate measuring tool. So what do you reckon, mate? Stock Triton.
I just said to Nick before, I said, do you want me to turn around and winch him out or you? No, I reckon he go right. That's fairly solid there in the middle.
So you admit you're itching to use your winch?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Not on myself though, on somebody else, on one of you guys.
Can we edit that just to make sure it only says you're winching himself? Yeah.
So despite being lower than those boys, less power than those boys, and wearing higher terrains, the mighty Tridey just conquers everything. It's basically a tough truck competitor.
Coming down Ranger Bob as opposed to going up, it presents a totally different challenge. It really is about making sure you're not picking wheels up too high and ending up on your lid.
I will be taking the Triton lane.
I think, is that the Triton line there, I think?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What's it like around the corner? Is it going to get any worse?
No, you'll be fine. Once you clear this corner, you're pretty much golden, and then there's a sort of long, I mean you can see the climb up the other side there, it's a fairly long climb.
If I don't stack down here, you owe me a beer.
New South Wales, 1. Straight back up and come towards me. Towards me. Right hand down, there you go, buddy. Keep coming. That's it. That's it. Just push. Was that dent there already?
Yeah, I just checked the footage, but I'm pretty sure it was.
Yeah, that dent was there already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That shouldn't be too much of a big deal.
No. Did the patrol get damaged?
I don't think it did.
What's that there? Wait. Oh, it's sort of like on the corner of your bumper. It's tiny.
I don't know what you're talking about. I can't see anything. That was the missus in the shopping centre.
Misses in the shopping centre. Right.
Now I'm going to take the Triton down this very well graded dirt track and act like I'm cruising.
that's the first couple of obstacles done of the first track of the trip. So I was here to catch my breath because I had to walk more than 5 meters. We've just gotten to our next obstacle, which this hill's called Ranger Bob. Seriously, this hill is not friendly. That gives you an idea of the step. Can you stand in that hollow there?
Yep.
Easy line's right over there, so Billy can go down that one. The patrols will come up this one.
Everyone's a comedian.
Everyone's a comedian until the winches come out. Yep. So you better get yours pulled out, buddy.
Just illustrates the importance of body protection on your four-wheel drive. If I didn't have sliders like steer wheel bar, my sills would have been smashed and my rear bar would have been smashed. So it'll be interesting to see how this 200 series goes. Oh, that's hard work on it.
Good line, stay on that. Stay on that line. Now right hand down. Little bit left hand down. Yep, that's perfect.
How's that, Deck?
Hey, you did well. Not one scratch. I thought he came close to that tree, but
Yeah.
no, he drove out of it. Good work.
Well, after climbing up that hill climb leading up to the top of the ridge to look out over the Lost City, we're greeted by this absolutely fantastic view. The geology of the area, with the way the rocks formation, you really understand why they call it the Lost City.
Okay, we've just driven those gnarly bits of track. We've just pulled up at what's called the Lost City.
Something else, isn't it?
I'm so gone. Anyone could see that I'm wasted. You cut through.
So ladies and gentlemen, I would like to welcome you to our backyard.
Lay it all on me now. Love's always finding me out. Who am I kidding? All my defenses come down. Oh, baby, will you lay it all on me now?
That was the Lost City, pretty unreal stuff. Billy's just hitching the trailer back up now. We're going to get back on the trail and head down the Blackfellows Hands track. It's a bit of art and hopefully we might be able to camp in a cave tonight. See how we go.
You would not believe your eyes if 10 million fireflies lit up the world as I fell asleep. 'Cause they fill the open air.
The cliff faces there were just amazing. Like drive through dusty bush, then all of a sudden out of nowhere these big rock formations appear and you can get to camp and have a fire in a cave.
We're here and it's amazing, and I don't even know if I want to go home.
'Cause I get 1,000 hugs from 10,000 lightning bugs as they try to teach me how to dance. A foxtrot above my head, a sock hop beneath my bed, a disco ball is just hanging by a thread. I'd like to make myself believe that planet Earth turns slowly. It's hard to say that I'd rather stay awake when I'm asleep, 'cause everything is never as it seems when I fall asleep.
When it comes time to set up camp, a little trick I like to use is find a really menial task, like rolling up a strap. I make it look like I'm really working on it, like it's all in the facial expression. So if you're like, it's got to look annoyed, and people think you're working hard. So we're just about to drive out of Blackfellow's Hand Trail, pop across the highway and jump onto a pretty iconic Aussie track called the Bicentennial National Trail. It's not all drivable, but it is a mammoth track. It's about 5,000 k's long. It's not all four-wheel drive accessible, but this bit is, so it's pretty lucky. Anyway, let's get on with it, eh?
So last night around the fire, the boys were arguing over who had the least reliable patrol. I went and grabbed our magazine sub-editor Alicia. She's just flown in from Canada. She was stinging to see the Aussie bush, so here she is. Hi Alicia.
Hello.
Alicia, the fellows told me that you used to drive in a Suburban, is it?
Suburban, yeah. Also known as my little mini apartment.
Oh, I bet that's right, and feels like a little billy goat then, doesn't it?
I'll do my best.
That is the first little hill climb section on Balbone Gap Trail. Nice easy little bit of articulation. I think the Triton will struggle a bit, but we should be able to push a patrol through no worries, and then we'll stop halfway and check that next section out. We'll see how she goes out.
Oh, buddy.
Sometimes it's hard to see. Nice guys may finish last, but they always get the good. On your favorite hours. I know it's kind of different, but I tell you every day.
First rock steps, took it nice and easy, crawled up there nice and slow. Yeah.
You going to be right with this, Nick? This is going to be a struggle for you to try, mate.
Absolutely. Up here is where it's really fun.
Yeah, when you get up to the hill, it gets a bit gnarly. But,
So you just want to drive around there and have a look?
and then, worst case scenario, we'll get rid of the winch up.
Yeah.
What she's doing here is she's basically looking for the flattest piece of ground through. Completely stock vehicle. That rut's not a concern. She's just going to drive the flattest track all the way through. Won't be an issue. was actually a nice controlled drive. People get really tempted when they've got a trailer on the back just to smash everything at 100 miles an hour. But especially on rock, like, you just don't need to do that. You just crawl it. There's stacks of traction, and he's just proved that pretty well.
Yeah, girl. Boy up.
Wicked drive.
Right. That's good.
So wait, why do you need 35? So actually, down Everett, apparently dual cabs, blue dual cabs, don't need 35s. More crawler.
At least it has that feel.
Like Christmas
You did damn well.
in a cup.
Whoa.
Just watching the almost impossible task of trying to drag a trailer up here without damaging it, but he's doing a good job. I think Dexy's just backing some rocks.
Got to this really gnarly rock ledge, and there was no way the camper was going to make it up there with the truck. So winch out, winch it up nice and easy. Nothing's broken, everyone's safe.
I'm just getting Billy set up for a bit of a winch recovery at the moment. There's no doubt he could drive this, but at the end of the day, that's what winches are for, and there's absolutely no sense in damaging a trailer just to save a few minutes. This will be easy, we'll be on our way. That was a fun little hill.
Well, I enjoyed it. We've got quite a bit of flat up on this plateau now, so it's just nice scenic drive now. Nothing too hard, but it was good to get the blood rushing right at the start though, you know, to the get-go. It's quite fun, that hill.
No waiting?
No waiting.
Alright. Just gun it to 88.
Yep, and wait for the lightning strikes.
Sweet.
I just checked the flux capacitor. It has plenty of banana peels.
Scratch a bit of Triple J.
Wonder this time where she's gone. Wonder if she's gone to stay. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone, and this house just ain't no home anytime.
Was it Ben Bullen Lookout? Is that it?
Ben Bullen Lookout, yeah.
Ben Bullen Lookout. We'll go with that. Stop here on the main track. It's part of the Boston Tenerife National Trail. Beautiful spot to check it out. Gonna keep moving now. There's a nice little hill climb to go down into a bit of a fern rainforesty section. So
So we've got a hell of a drop off. It's probably about a 4-foot drop off. And look, we've got a tow vehicle and a stock vehicle. So we're going to send Nick down first. We've done some track building. As you can see, Danny down there building up the track. So hopefully it'll be fairly straightforward, but it's just a steep angle.
Next.
Let's do this dance, Alicia.
Now this track is really steep. It's a big rocky outcrop and it is incredibly slippery, so Billy's about to bring the trailer down. We've got concerns with the weight of the trailer is going to try and push him down the hill, so he's going to have a pretty big job of just trying to feather between the driving brakes, or the car brakes, and the trailer brakes, just to try and keep it all straight together.
Okay, straighten up. This one's coming down, that one's about to. A little bit of right hand down.
What is it?
Slowly, slowly. Slower. Alright, trailer's coming down. Trailer's half down. Alright. Good drive, brother. Good one, buddy. Balbone Gap actually turns into part of the Bicentenary National Trail. That's a big one on my bucket list. It's about 5,000 kilometres from Cooktown to Healesville in Victoria. One hell of a challenge. It was nice to get onto part of it.
After the rock ledge, down a decline into this fern forest. It looks very similar to Queensland bush, but trees are different, just that little bit of a different vibe. It was interesting to see, like, out of dust into just full-on tree fern rainforest.
This area is made up of heaps of little state forests and national parks, some big, some small, and they're all linked with, you know, a little bit of blacktop like this. So yeah, it's not unusual to have to jump on the bitumen for a little while.
I don't mind jumping on the bitumen because, you know what? Every bitumen leads to a cup. I fill you up. Let's have a party. Let's have a party. I love you, Red Solo Cup. I lift you up. Proceed to party. Proceed to party.
Our cameramen work bloody hard on these trips. They really put in the hard yards and they're never ever relaxing.
Dick move, man. Dick move. I stopped for 1 minute. 1 minute. Make sure the other guys are around us. Yeah, okay. Let's see how it is.
I am the glue that binds the fabric of Red Dirt Diary.
You put more air in when you go off-road,
Yeah.
and then when you get back on the bitumen, you lower the
As
really,
little as
really
possible.
far.
Alright, Danny, so we've just been down Gardens of Stone National Park, been through there, got some pretty good wheeling through there.
Oh yeah.
Now we've just had a massive feed at Capity Pub. You know a banging campsite down the Turon, don't you? What do
Yeah,
you
mate. This whole area is one of my favourites. So we're just going to pretty much shoot straight up the road out of the pub, hit the dirt straight away, and I think we might have a nice little water crossing in store to get into camp tonight.
Let's do this dance.
Let's do it.
I would never have expected, feeling so connected. It must have been our destiny, and now I know I'll never let this ever up this morning with the sunrise in my eyes. Just like a new day, a breath of fresh air in my life. I don't know how, don't know why, but I'll be toasting all my life.
Man, this trip just keeps getting better and better. Camped here last night at the Turon River. Beautiful little creek that we camped next to here. So we're going to pack up now and we're going to head to the Upper Turon, check out a bit of a different area. A few little creek crossings to drive through here. It's absolutely magic.
So where are you going to take us to now?
Well, I've got a bit of a taste for the Turon River, as you guys may have guessed. So I'm thinking we shoot up here. We've got about, it's a fair drive, good couple of hours. Follow the river, snakes its way up, and I've got a little hidden campsite there that's, you know, pretty untouched. So I reckon we drop anchor there tonight.
Lead the way, Maverick.
I'm already lost.
First time around, oh, it's sweeter. The time here and now.
Oh, damn it. I never really know what to do in situations like this. Like, keep going, champ. You're doing great.
First time around.
At 30 kilometers wide, the Kapiti Valley is purportedly the world's second largest canyon. 1 kilometer wider than your mama, but not quite as deep as your dad. Yeah, I've been hanging out with the boys too long.
Used to keep it cool, used to be a fool, all about the bounce in my step. Watch it on the news, what you gonna do? I could hit refresh and forget. Used to keep it cool. Should I keep it light, stay out of the fight? No one's gonna listen to me. If I write a song, preaching what is wrong, will they let me sing on TV? Should I keep it light? Is that right?
Welcome to my home, away from home. I'm not going to tell you where it is, but I will tell you it is open and you can come and find it yourself.
Danny outdid himself with this campsite. It is unbelievable.
Way up we go. Been up and down that road. Way up, oh no. We gon' burn the whole house down. Watch me standing in line. You're only serving lies. You got something to hide. We gon' burn the whole house down. We gon' burn the whole house down.
You know, seeing our country's history this well preserved always reminds me that the best pioneering efforts are when people simply have the courage to go out and explore their own backyard. And that's exactly what we've done here. So why don't you pack up the truck this weekend and go and explore yours. Catch you next time on Red Dirt Diary.
Yeah, used to let it go. Walk into the show, gawking at the tricks up your sleeve. Too good to be truthful. I'm in a room full of entertainers and thieves.